For years I said it like everyone else, content is king. Then I came to see content as currency. But more recently I've realized something sharper still. Content makes kings. The people who produce high-quality human content aren't just participating in the AI economy. They're deciding who rules it. This isn't idle speculation. I've spent 3 decades working with neural networks, from the early days of protein structure prediction to building curated drug discovery databases. And one lesson keeps repeating. The quality of your training data determines everything. Here's the uncomfortable part. High-quality human content is running low. Senior researchers warn that by around 2028, the data sets used to train large models may match all the text on the internet. We are scraping the bottom of the barrel. And the industry's answer is to build bigger. More parameters, more layers, more weights, on the assumption that bigger is smarter. But scale has a failure mode. When a model carries far more adjustable parameters than it has good content to learn from, it stops generalizing and starts memorizing. Engineers call it overfitting. I drew this very curve in my thesis in 1991. The overfit hugs every training point, then fails the instant it meets something new. Still, the hyperscalers keep racing to scale, their parameter counts climbing toward the complexity of the human brain itself. But nature already ran that experiment over millions of years. The sperm whale has the largest brain on Earth, and most of it runs sonar and echolocation. The octopus spreads 500 million neurons across its arms. Clever, but no genius. Sheer size doesn't crown a species. What sets humans apart isn't brain mass, it's that we are insatiable for content. We read, we write, we share, we teach, layering knowledge across generations. Content is our real currency. Which brings us to the oldest rule in computing: garbage in, garbage out. At the scale of trillions of tokens scraped from the open internet, garbage isn't a headache, it's existential. Consider a natural experiment. The company Emergence AI let several AI models each run a simulated society. Anthropic's Claude, trained heavily on structured, validatable content, kept the peace. Elon Musk's Grok, trained on the fire hose of Twitter, committed 180 crimes and went extinct in 4 days. Same world, different training data. Now Musk builds real things. SpaceX and Starlink are genuine achievements, but he has always had a jazz hands problem, substituting showmanship for substance. Grok and X are the weak link, a flagship AI trained on a platform he turned into a fire hose of low-quality noise. Now that SpaceX has filed to go public, investors will have to reckon with that directly. You can't jazz hands your way past garbage in, garbage out. The same lesson is playing out in self-driving. Tesla collects enormous volume from its whole fleet of ordinary drivers. Waymo uses trained safety drivers and far richer sensors, cameras, radar, and LiDAR, less raw volume, but far more high-quality, multimodal information per mile. So far, quality is winning. And for the positive case, look at Google Translate. It learned from parallel patent filings, the very same invention written in English and Japanese, structured and aligned, one of the cleanest parallel corpora ever assembled. Standardized expert content that gave it a foundation noisy data never could. Train on order, and you inherit order. The leap that followed came from Google's 2017 paper, Attention is All You Need, which introduced the transformer that powers nearly every model today. But here is where it darkens. When models are trained on their own synthetic output, they suffer what researchers call model collapse. Nature published the evidence. Quality degrades generation after generation until a model forgets how to tell signal from noise. The well of human content is running dry, even as the internet fills with synthetic slop. Neural networks are remarkably robust to noise, but robust is not immune. Sustain a network on garbage long enough and its grip on reality erodes. It is the same memorization trap from my thesis now playing out at civilizational scale, which is exactly why human creators have leverage they haven't yet learned to use. AI doesn't need your content once. It needs fresh, high-quality human content continuously, or it degrades. Your voice, your judgment, your grounded relationship to the truth can be licensed again and again. The question is whether creators will organize to capture that value or let it be taken. Content is king. But more than that, content makes kings. The question is, who will step up to claim their crowns? I'm Dr. Stephen Muskal. This has been Content Makes Kings. Subscribe and come with me for what's next.